That'll do.
Whether you're lining up ducks or not giving a hey, welcome in. It's time for Coffee with Dubs.
You know, I think purpose changes as you get older. When you're young, purpose usually feels loud. Big dreams, big plans, big identity. You want to become something. You want to prove something to the world and leave a mark so undeniable that the world has no choice but to notice you. But lately, purpose has been a little quieter for me. And somehow, meaningful too, because today's beautiful. The weather's good. The mural's finally starting to come alive, I think. Work feels more stable. Family feels closer. Creativity's active again. Not perfect, not magical, just aligned in a way that life hasn't felt before. At least, not for a while. Not through constant excitement, non-stop ambition, not even through chasing bigger and better things forever. Maybe purpose eventually becomes peace with direction. Because I think people spend years assuming purpose is supposed to arrive like lightning. One big revelation that suddenly your entire life makes sense forever. But honestly, I think purpose usually arrives much slower than that. It sneaks in the back door quietly. Through consistency, repetition, showing up, through surviving difficult years long enough to recognize what actually matters to you afterward. And I think that's why this phase of life feels different now. Because for the first time in a long time, I'm not constantly trying to outrun myself anymore. I'm building steadily, intentionally, patiently. The mural, the videos, the art, the family moments, the walks with the dogs, the work week, the quieter mindset. All these things, little pieces that felt disconnected, are starting to finally overlap a little bit and something that resembles a real life instead of just survival mode. And I don't even think, I know people estimate how huge that shift actually is, because there's a massive emotional difference between existing and participating in your own life. That's what this season feels like right now. Participation. Not everything's perfect. There's still unfinished things everywhere. Still stress, still responsibilities, still uncertainty, still hard days sometimes, but now there's momentum underneath all of that instead of confusion. And that changes everything, because once you start noticing that your life is moving with intention instead of pure reaction, even ordinary days begin feeling like a different kind of meaningful. A walk feels restorative. A project feels exciting instead of draining. A quiet morning feels valuable instead of empty. And you stop constantly asking, where am I going? And start realizing I'm already becoming it. That's a powerful realization. And maybe somebody needed to hear that today besides from myself, because purpose isn't always found in giant dramatic breakthroughs. Sometimes purpose looks like slowly building a life that finally feels honest enough to who you're becoming. Not who you used to be, not who you're expected to become, not who social media says you should be, being you. And honestly, I think that's why peace finally starts showing up too, because the closer your life aligns with your actual values, the less energy you waste pretending to be somebody else. And maybe that's today's reminder, guys. Purpose isn't always loud enough to shake the world. Sometimes purpose sounds like, I like who I'm becoming. I'm proud of what I've built. I finally feel present inside my own life. And truthfully, that might be one of the most meaningful forms of success a person can ever actually achieve. So, I'm going to keep fighting to get there. I hope you join me tomorrow for another episode of Coffee with Dubs.